Welcome back.
Welcome to the TAE Time Podcast.
That needs to be like our official intro, I think. Yeah. That is our official intro.
Well, it's pretty much our official intro at this stage
Staples.
because it's just like I do it pretty much all the time, and then when I don't do it, I know you guys miss it. So,
Has anyone even noticed? Probably
I don't think
not.
so. I don't think they care, but not enough people care. But I do it just because I feel like doing it anyway. But how have you been? How's everything?
I've been good. I've been extremely busy. Busy.
Yeah, for real. Like unlike the last episodes, this actually been a bit between the episodes. So we've just been busy, honestly. I think work has been taking up a lot of time, and then we have other things like.
But you know what? Do you know what, guys? Right? I have this theory that if I had an iPad, I would be so organized. Like, I would experience no stress because I would be so organized. Everything would be planned out to a T, and I wouldn't feel any stress. And since my birthday is coming soon...
Materialistic capitalism at its finest, right there, guys. Materialistic capitalism at its finest. She has been brainwashed to think that an iPad will solve the root of all her issues, but that's not how any of this works. As you all know, don't feed into capitalism, kids. Instead of buying an iPad, put money in stocks or in crypto.
Yeah, and that's fair enough, because I'm not planning to buy my iPad with my own money. You know what I mean? But like, it's funny because I would 100% use such an expensive piece of technology as a planner, you know, like as a paper and pen.
Paper exists. Pen and paper exists. And also you can do all those things on your phone. It's such a waste. Don't get fooled, guys.
Well, my phone is for fun. My MacBook is for work, and my iPad is for planning my life. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Anyways, how have you been?
I've been calm, busy as well, busy with work, busy with all that stuff. You know how it is. We just out here, you know, we're doing our best. We're doing our best out here, you know, like we're all just trying to get from one step to another. And, you know, things are moving quickly. Soon enough, I'm going to be older in a few weeks. Not really fun there, honestly. And then it'll be her literally a month right after. So
hey, I'm a baby.
She's joined me very, very soon.
I'm young.
So yeah, you know, we're moving on with that. But you know, not terrible. Can't complain. Just, you know, just get your money up, not your funny up. Anyone who knows that meme knows that meme. I love it so much.
I like that. It was very smooth.
But yeah, no. But today, we're back again with some stories, delicioso.
Yeah, you got the stories ready?
No, Nicola got the stories. I told her, I was like, "Yo, you better have the stories ready today. You know, get it, whatever, do whatever, get it."
So actually, we're not gonna do stories.
Curveball.
I know that, but that's how you get the best reactions out of Farouk. You know, you can't let him know your next move.
Can't let him know your next move.
So,
I knew this was coming. I knew.
Okay, so we're not going to do the traditional like story times. I'm like the asshole, Today I wanted to focus on dating, specifically.
Even I'm sick of dating, guys. Even I'm sick of dating.
We haven't talked about dating.
Like relationships, dating. Oh my God, guys, get a new freaking trend. Like that's all you guys always talk. It's been beat. Like this horse is past dead. It's skull and bones.
Okay, so let's talk about something else then.
Go on.
Let's talk about something else then.
No. Let's go for dating. I'm here.
But now I don't have the energy anymore.
Oh, guys, it was just a joke. You see life. You can't even joke with women.
That was not a joke.
That was a joke, honestly. That was honestly a joke.
Anyways, guys. I went on to dating advice, /dating advice, and there are like some stories there, and I took 2 so that we can discuss them, and I will explain what triggered this idea. And it was a TikTok that I saw. I saw this TikTok that I found really interesting, so I was like, oh, let's talk about it. But here's the first story that will lead us there, and it goes like this. She is great. I just can't afford every single date. Hey guys, this may be a common question, but I've been on 2 dates with this person and they're great. We have plans for a third, but things are a bit tight. I've paid each date, and while they're not overly expensive, we just have such a good time. We get lost in drinks and food. How do I tell my date if we can go 50-50? I would appreciate it without killing the vibe. I don't think it would, but just a bit nervous broaching the subject.
Damn, bro, you just gotta say it. Like, you don't say it on the date, but say it, like, preemptively. Be like, hey, yo, for the next date, you might, like, I've been having a great time and I don't mind doing whatever, but things are a bit tight for me right now. Like, would you mind, like, if we just go 50-50 the next date, you know, like, split the bill, because currently, honestly, things are just tight for me. I think that's very fair. Like, in texting, like, you just text them that, and then they're like, yo, like, what, and what she responds tells you everything you need to know about her.
I was about to say,
whether you should run or stay. Because if she's like, how dare you? How dare you, disgusting poor little man. You know, kind of like that. If she's like that, then run for the hills and you dodge a bullet. But if she's like, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine, completely understandable, and or like even like, oh, sorry for putting you in this position, I should have offered. Like, then you're like, mwah.
She's the one.
She's the one, queen.
Yeah, it's a bit worrisome because that kind of brings us a bit to, you know, dating expectations and like what's going on in the dating world. And, you know, you guys may have heard of the oyster story girl.
Lol.
Who,
4 dozen oysters.
Yeah.
4 dozen as an appetizer.
How many is 4 dozen?
48 oysters to be
48
specific.
oysters. So this girl goes on a date with this guy to this place.
Records it.
By
the way, for TikTok. Like, she thought she was just going to record it. Like, the date as
like, I'm going on a date.
Flash. Whole thing. Like, she has the oysters. So she goes in there. Flash. Boom, boom. Oyster. Another oyster. Flash. Oyster. Man is there in front of her like, what the fuck? You ordered 4 dozen oysters as an appetizer?
Did they all come out at once, I wonder?
Oh, no, they came out in like batches.
Did he get to eat any?
In the video, you see her stack the plates of oysters.
Did he get to eat any?
He brought her out for drinks. Not even for food, for drinks. They were meant to just drink and chat. But she's like, no, I want 4 dozen oysters to start. She went, and not just flashing. Imagine the whole room watching her with flash on. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Man sitting there, dumbfounded. And then she goes and orders food afterwards.
But apparently as well, like the entire time as she's eating these oysters, like she's on her phone and paying no attention to him. So it just gets you thinking, like, what was the purpose of the date?
And my man, like a real intelligent bro, he dipped. He was like, wait a minute. You just bought all of this. I only bought 1 drink.
He left money for it.
He didn't leave money for it. He left, and then he told her afterwards that, I'm willing to pay you for the drink. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But like, he's like, it's kind of crazy that you came when we were meant to just have drinks. You came and got 4 dozen oysters, and then you still ended up getting more food. Yo, that's kind of crazy. Of course I was going to dip, you know? And then she's like, how dare you dip? Well, he dipped because he has sense. Because he realized you're just going to catch a rack off him. And then you might never see him again.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck was the point? No. Man was like, no. No.
Not
and he
today.
lived. But no, that's crazy though that she still had like. Also, a lot of people have been going like, oh my god, how can she have 4 dozen oysters and still have room for food? Guys, oysters like are no amount of food any whatsoever.
I don't know because but aren't oysters? They can be really like kind of like, you know, a repetitive taste after a while. It's like, ugh. Had enough.
Like maybe if you really love, she clearly loves oysters enough to have 4 dozen of them.
I don't know. I just find it absurd, really. But then what I found even crazier was that apparently she put out a statement or something afterwards that was like, she goes there every week. No, she didn't put out a statement actually. Someone that works there was saying that she goes there all the time, every week anyway, so she would have ordered those oysters anyway, right? So that makes it even crazier to me because so you go there all the time, you know the menu and everything. Isn't this like a great opportunity to like, you know, show this guy as well something that you like and, you know, introduce him to a new place, whatever. And then meanwhile, she's just like, I'm just going to eat all these oysters by myself.
Yeah, bro. She fucking loves oysters, clearly. Like, her and oysters need to go get married. Like, that's kind of crazy still that she's like, oh, I'm sick of constantly paying for my oysters. You know what? Let me get someone to pay for my oysters. Because clearly she goes there all the time. So she suggested the place. She's like, hey, this place is really nice. with ulterior
But
motives.
was his approach correct in running? Should he have addressed at the table? Should he have gone about it a different way?
I guess like the thing is, it's whether you want confrontation or not. Because clearly this girl is bought 4 dozen oysters and then it has a flash on. She probably is fine with shouting at you in public. So he's feeling like, yo, if I call this girl out and be like, hey, do you mind like paying for the oysters? Because like I'll pay for the drinks because I invited you out for drinks, but this whole oysters, like you're still gonna eat more food. That's kind of crazy, you know. So I hope you don't mind paying for your own food, but I'll pay for the drinks. Like that's what I would say if that was me, right?
You just say it straight up to her.
I just say straight up to her, but then she might be like, how dare you make a scene and all that whole thing.
And you know
right?
the way she was there with her flash, she would have just put the camera
put
in
you on blast. You be on TikTok the next day, right? But no, if you don't want to do that and you want to have an Irish exit, as they say, just leave. Don't deal with it.
What's an Irish exit?
It's when you leave without telling anyone you're leaving.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this like from like parties and stuff?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
what's the history behind it?
How would I know?
No.
I just know people say, and that's what it means. It's an Irish exit, like you just leave, you know, without saying. Which is funny because
Did you tell the host?
no, you don't tell anybody.
Oh.
You just leave. You just live. Like that's what Americans are the ones who use it. Like by the way. Like, yeah, Americans use it. They're like, oh, an Irish exit or an Irish goodbye, whatever. But like when I think about it, Irish people don't do that. Like Irish people are usually like, oh, sorry, we're leaving. You know.
haven't-
And everyone always feels awkward because you're like, oh, I want to leave, but I know I'm gonna have to tell them when I'm gonna leave, and it might be too early to leave. That's how Irish people actually are. So like, it's funny that the Irish goodbye or Irish exit is just you just disappear without telling anyone. But
No, I find them like any Irish people that I've been around quite considerate and
Yeah.
stuff. Like they're very, very like polite and like
it's like,
approaching you.
yeah, they're like, hey, thank you for having us. I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. So that's what I was saying. It's funny. But anyway, besides that, they made the right choice in just dipping because honestly, that was freaking absurd. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and once again, who wants to be even blast on TikTok? She was record flashlight, guys. Once again, not just recording, flashlight in a restaurant, slurping on some oysters. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I asked about his approach because I don't know if you saw, I think it was Harry Panero. He was sharing his story about being on a date, and now this girl is ordering and ordering and ordering, and he's like realizing that he actually doesn't have the money for it. So he goes to the bathroom to like message his friend to like, you know, VM him some money, whatever, Venmo him some money. And, you know, the friend pulls through and sends him the money, and then he's like, oh, thank God, and like pays for it. And like, you know, like saved him in the moment, and that's why he's like a true G or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that a better approach?
Well, it depends. Like, and shout out to fucking online banks like Monzo, because if it wasn't for stuff like that, and we're still in the archaic days where we're all using fucking like Ulster Bank, whatever it is, and you had to send someone money, you were never getting it. Your date was done. It was a wrap. But Monzo, Rev, all those things,
Instant.
saving our lives. But anyway, yeah, no, like in Harry's situation, clearly that girl was a baddie, like worth staying for, and like he was like, yo, I kind of like put myself down for this thing, and like it was just that for him, it wasn't even that she was ordering a lot of food. He just saw that he realized that the food was expensive. You know, he didn't pre the menu. He didn't pre the menu before he chose the place. He's just like, yeah, this is a good place to bring this babes, you know? And then he's like, oh shit, the menu's expensive. I don't have money for this. And then his boy pulled true. In that situation, it makes sense. You know, you don't got the peas, but you really want to impress this girl, and you know, like, you can't be like, hey, I want to split the bill, because obviously then she's going to think you're a dummy, you know, especially if like, she's like really nice and so many guys take her out, you know? Or you can be like, hey, yo, we're splitting the bill. You see, even you laugh. You see what I mean, guys? You can't. You actually can't. In this day and age, you can't split the bill. Like, and she's meant to be down to earth. And she laughed.
I just
She laughed.
No, I just hold on.
She laughed.
I just found it funny the way you said it. Like, matter of fact.
Hey, you're gonna split the bill. Like, you know what the fuck? You know, like it's like don't tell me you ain't seen this many too. You saw the prices.
But is it
you saw
like,
the price and you continue to order. And now you don't want to split the bill. You saw the price and you continue to order.
But is it wise for someone to try to impress someone else with money that they don't have?
Let me ask you, let me flip that question to you. In this day and age as a woman, if a guy cannot impress you at your first date by paying the bill, how do you feel about him? Exactly.
No.
That silence speaks loud, boys.
I didn't even,
see what I mean? Get your money up. No, your funny up. Okay.
I'm gathering my thoughts here on what I actually think, because I've only dated you, right? And I only go on dates with you.
And I'll let you know, guys, she's had a nice life.
Yes.
Ever since I was young, too.
Yes.
Even the little money I didn't have, I still spent it on her. And I was 15, 16 years old.
You did. And I was the one with a
No
job.
source of income.
I was the one with a job.
I just had to hustle.
Yeah. But I think, so, like, there are a lot of times when I show up, 90% of the time, 80%, whatever, up in the high percentage, I show up with just my purse and my lip gloss, like the girlies say.
It's when you say that. I saw a TikTok of another girl recording another girl in a restaurant, and then being like, oh my God, the high level play. This girl, it's like the end of the thing. She brings up her little purse, the little purse. It's always a little purse. You can barely even hold a fucking phone, And then she's like, puts it on the table slowly starts like scrambling to open it, like with the buttons, as the guy's sitting there, and then the guy's like, and then he's like, no, that's okay. And then the lip gloss gets pulled out of the bag, not even a wallet, motherfucking. And then the girl's like high level play, water queen.
I know that girl had no money in that bag.
She had nothing.
That girl was scrambling for the lip gloss, but there was only the lip gloss in there, like just searching.
She had nothing. She was waiting for him.
Yeah.
It was and it pisses me off, because if I was the guy in that scenario, especially if like I've been enough dates, I'd be waiting. I wouldn't say anything. I'd be
Would you actually?
Pull out the wallet.
Oh my God, how awkward.
Pull out the wallet.
How awkward.
Because no, don't get me wrong, I'll pay, but I want to see you pull out the wallet. I don't want to be scammed, because now that I've learned in this world, girls are fucking masterminds when it comes to this dating game, right? Because they realize that guys like when a girl at least pretends to offer,
try, yeah.
To at least try. That wasn't even pretending to try. That was faking me out. That's what a scam artist does. Literally, you have no money.
Yeah.
In her bank account, it was probably like 0.01 in her bank account.
Yeah.
And she was just like, lip gloss. She's in overdraft. She has no money. She spent it all on Skims dress on payday. She has nothing left in her bank account. And she's pretending to say she's going to split this bill. Take that wallet out. Let me even see you take your card out. And then when they come here with the card machine, then I will tell them I will pay.
Me personally, I feel like I get way too anxious at the idea of like, what if he's like, okay, so we're splitting, I can never like assume. So I think I would need to make it very clear that like, oh, you're taking me out. I would say that.
Why? Because you don't want to show up there and have like no money?
But I would always have my phone, and my phone has money. I'll always have money. I can't fathom the idea of leaving your house, going on a date or something, and you can't cover yourself. Because I refuse to look like a clown. I refuse. Like, I will always pay for my meal if I have to. Yeah. But would I rather you pay? Yeah, I would rather you pay. And I'm not going to pretend I will, because I probably will ask you, are you taking me?
Oh, you're taking me?
Are you taking me?
The way they demand it.
Just so we know what we're expecting here.
Shut up.
Expectations. Do you know what I mean?
So you just...
Yeah. Like recently I was in London there with my girlfriends, and after a night out, this guy dropped one of my friends and I home. They were vibing, whatever. And then he dropped us at McDonald's, and it was my friend and I that wanted McDonald's. And so we're like ordering, and he goes to the bathroom, right? And I'm like, okay, but he didn't tell us what he wants, because I wanted to order. I was like, look, he drove us home, like, whatever. And then he comes back, and I was like, oh, did you want anything? And I know that in that instant, he must have thought that, like, they literally waited for me to pay, like, so I could pay. I know for a fact, but you can correct me after. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I go next, and then, like, he takes out his phone, but in the meantime, I'm like, no, like, and they, like, tap my card, and he's like, oh, I was going to pay. And I was like, you don't have to pay, like, I got it. And then he's like, oh, independent queen or whatever. I'm like, I don't even know you.
Let's flip the tables right now. Let's say you were single in that scenario, and it was you, he was the one that was drove home, you guys were vibing. Mm-hmm. Would you have expected him to pay for your McDonald's?
No.
But if, that situation where he's like, oh, let me pay for your McDonald's.
No.
Would you have let him?
No. No, that guy like went out of his way to drop us home. The least I could do was at least offer him to buy him something at McDonald's. If anything, if
They
not,
still
like,
have some
I'm paying
morals,
for
boys.
I'm paying for myself.
They still have some morals. Even though the guy was driving a Porsche and his fuel was
I
probably
don't
like
care.
10 times the price of the McDonald's.
I don't
but
care. I don't
you know,
care.
the morals are there. The morals are there.
I actually was kind of offended that he thought that we would want him to pay.
Well, maybe he was just being nice, like, oh, I'll pay, you know, because for him, money's not a thing, innit?
I don't care.
He's driving a Porsche.
I don't care. It's like, you think I can't pay for my own meal? Like, no.
Yeah, because you're all broke.
Anyway, it's like if it's a
you're in
date-
Libertine. You spent your last $20 getting in.
And that was matter of fact.
You know,
That's
so true. Of course you knew you had no money. You don't have McDonald's money. You don't even have gas money.
It was like quickly like asking for a Revolut, can you send me McDonald's money?
Girls. You'll get your niggas coming one day. Free my niggas.
Yeah.
Free them. All the boys out here struggling, paying for meals and then they go home and eat pot noodles.
I mean, a lot of girls, from what I've heard, is like, they go out with like $10 in their purse and they come back with 20 or 30, and I'm like, oh, well, some people have it good.
Life.
But this then leads us to the actual dating experience.
Okay.
So this girl, this is actually what triggered this topic, right? She said, when a man asks me to go on a date, that I go on thrice daily with my dog. And it was like, that sound.
Coffee and a walk.
Yeah.
You guys are pretentious. I hate. Okay, hold on. This is a serious one for me. This one hits me to the core. I don't even date. Be happy I'm not in the streets, right? Like, all right, guys, you're being saved. Cause listen here, right? Coffee and a walk is not a freaking bad date, right? Listen, not every day dinner, because listen, I don't want to be eating food and half the time I can't talk to you because I don't want to talk with my mouth full, and then like freaking just having to eat food and talk to someone, it's just like it's not a good date. It's a shit date. Like, just say you want a free meal. Like, just say you want a free meal. Like, it's a different story if like dinner is part of this whole thing where we're like maybe going for a coffee and a walk, and then we say we go grab some food, and then we go do this or go do that, arcade, whatever, fucking crazy golf, I don't fucking know, right? Either way, it's just part of activities. That it's like dinner, and you and I meeting over dinner, over food, makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. It makes more sense. And then, okay, you're like, okay, then drinks. I get some drinks. How if I don't drink? I don't drink. So like, I don't mind taking you out for drinks, but I wouldn't feel comfortable for you to be like, I don't mind if someone else is drinking, I'm not drinking, right? But you might not feel comfortable knowing that you're starting to get turned and I'm sober. Like, you might not feel like you don't know me. You don't know me. So like, that might not be something that's comfortable for you, assuming that this is our first date, So like, it makes sense to be like, okay, maybe a coffee and a walk would do, because not only are we having a little hot beverage, especially now in autumn, it's nice and chilly, warm your hands up, and then we just go and chat and see where we go from there. We just have a good time, get to know each other, because it's not every day text. Not every day text. Sometimes I want to see you in person. And yes, I can FaceTime you, but no, I want to see you in person, have a little, get a feel of your body language, your feel. We can give a little cuddle, we can little walk in the park. Yes, oh my God, I take my dog for a walk in the park. Yeah, you also go on walks in the parks with your friends, dummy. You don't complain about that. But why is it, once it's a man asking you out, everything changes for a sudden? Like, the fuck? Do you not literally sit in the car with your friend and chat shit with them all night? Yes, you do. So what's the difference between a man taking you for a little cardiovascular exercise and having a hot beverage in you, inside you? Like, it's really not that deep. Guys, please, coffee and a walk makes sense. It makes sense. It literally logically makes sense. Like, but coffee and a walk only, okay, maybe I can see where you have problems. Like, oh, I'd love to do something more fun. But the point is, it starts with coffee and a walk, and then he should have other activities. That's a good date. Maybe like going to crazy golf. Hey, it's like, yo, I know this like crazy golf place. I don't know why I'm using this one. It's just something up on my top of my mind. It's like we go for coffee and a walk, get each other in crazy golf. You know, the whole thing is it's nice. It's just like fun. You know, go to arcade, go do something, have a laugh. You know, see how each other is. And the thing is, you're not tied to one having fucking food in your face, and then you can't talk, and two, anyone can escape at any point in time if it feels uncomfortable. You can escape, I can escape. It's like, we're not really vibing. Instead of having to be like, oh, we have to wait for the fucking bill. This whole thing's a whole hour.
So you think that coffee walks are an appropriate first date?
I think they're the perfect first date.
Okay.
With a little bit of activity, of course, as I said.
Oh.
Not just...
But is it not appropriate if it's just coffee and
I think if it's just coffee and a walk, it's fine. Honestly, I do think that it's fine. I personally would add more spice because you do want to set yourself out from the rest, and also you want to see how they fare in other situations. Like coffee and a walk is a good situation, kind of just learn more about them, and then like a little fun activity, whether it's arcade or any of these kind of like not physical, but kind of physical activities. It's fun because you get a different side there, like the competitive, maybe the funny side, all those things. So you see the whole spectrum of kind of like at the start, you're like, do I really want to go on a second date with this person? I know it kind of breaks barriers down. So that's personally, if you want to date with me, it'd be coffee and a walk and an activity.
Oh, wow. Big baller in the room. What was I going to ask? Why did I go completely out?
You're about to tell me why you wouldn't do coffee and a date.
Oh, no. Well, what about the argument of like, my makeup to put on cost like $50. So I got ready, made myself pretty and everything for a coffee walk.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. If you were leaving the house casually, like, let's say because you wanted to go do something, do you not put on makeup?
No.
Sometimes you do, right?
I wouldn't.
I'm not talking about you, by the way.
No. Most women probably don't.
I don't know about that. A lot of women I know don't leave the house without makeup. Okay. Anyway, you use that makeup in general anyway. Bloody, bloody, blah. My makeup, my concealer cost me £75. Bloody, bloody, blah. This thing cost me £100. I don't give a fuck. Respectfully, I don't give a fuck. I too, as if fuel is free, as if other things are free.
She might have had to drive there too.
Once again, I would pick you up. But anyway, like, it doesn't matter. Everyone has to have expenses. Like, dates aren't free. Like, it doesn't work. You are putting in not only time, but also money. There is some kind of, whether financial loss or time loss that goes into it, right? The coffee and the walk plus a little activity is the most minimal amount of loss that you have to do for someone that you might not like, which is why it makes way more sense than having dinner, right? Because I don't want to waste time with you, and I don't want to waste money with you. You don't want to waste time with me, and you most certainly don't want to waste money with me. So why don't we make it easier for all of us, and we just do this? Because just saying, oh my God, because like the cost per wear of your concealer is a lot less. Like, because girls love to say the full price of the thing. They're like, oh my God, my makeup cost me this. Altogether, like $500. No. The cost per wear, the amount of times you use it.
It's probably $50. 20 to 50.
So every time you put on your makeup, it costs you $50.
Could be.
So if you put on your makeup 100 times, not even say that 10 times, and it costs you $50, that means your makeup costs you €500.
Okay.
Yes. Okay,
less.
So that's what I'm saying. Ladies, it's the cost per wear. Your cost per wear is probably in the euros, not even cents. Because you guys,
It's not cents.
You guys keep your makeup for so long. How long? I've seen you with
I don't
things
wear
for
makeup often.
No, but I'm saying, yes, but you have it for ages.
Well,
And yes, because you don't wear it often.
Yeah.
But even let's say a girl who does wear it often, and a concealer costs $50. She's getting at least 100 uses out of it.
But it doesn't matter
At least
because
100.
it's like, well, I spent my one use on you when I could have just spent it going on with my friends. Or a guy taking me out to dinner.
Go to your friend. Go have a girl dinner with your friend.
Girl.
Leave me alone, because if you're not willing to put time and effort or even financial means to coming to see me, why should I put time and effort and financial means? Well, I am.
The effort and financial
We
means.
both have to get there. You think I'm going to just come looking like a bum? I'm going to dress well for you. I'm going to smell well for you. I'm going to drive, use fuel. I'll even clean my car very well. Those are extra costs. I'll even probably get a fresh lineup.
No,
That's
you wouldn't.
£30.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, God knows I would.
you get a lineup for a coffee walk.
Yeah, absolutely. The fuck? You're trying to
So
look good.
if you're going on 5 dates, like in a week, you're getting a lineup.
Well, it depends on how close my last lineup was.
Yeah.
You know, like
you're not.
like let's
that's
say.
what I'm saying. Your lineup is costing you how many uses? If you have 5 dates a week,
Yeah.
and you're getting,
Okay. Let's say I go on 5 dates a week.
yeah.
Right? 5 dates a week. My lineup is 30 euro. That's €6 per.
No, because you're getting 2 weeks out of it.
No, I'm not getting 2
You're
weeks.
getting one.
I'm probably even getting 3 days.
You would get a lineup every week if you're dating.
Every week,
you're
yes.
so full of shit.
Absolutely. But that's why I
You're
wouldn't go on
so
dates on
full
every
of
week.
Shit.
I'll tell you right now, one of my friends,
No,
you know who
you're
you are,
not.
he does not go on dates without getting a trim. That is why he never goes on dates consecutively unless it's a girl he's seen multiple times.
You
right?
like say
and
you're
I would
going,
be the same.
Like say you're going on like 5 days a week and you're getting 2 weeks out
But
of your
I would never
haircut.
go on 5 dates a week. 5 dates a week is way too expensive. My budget could
It
not
doesn't matter.
suffice.
It
My
doesn't-
budget
well,
could not
you're
suffice.
walking.
I'm not a baller.
You're walking.
Let's be honest. Majority of those women are not gonna take coffee dates. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
do something.
so see that's the thing. It's like these are my standards, but obviously.
But okay,
if
no. Let's
the
even say coffee.
girl-
Let's even say coffee walk. Let's say every woman I go out with is okay with coffee walks, right? Even at that, because I want to look good, I know that's €30 a week I would have to do to try and keep myself looking fresh.
Hold on. So you're saying after the first coffee walk date, you'd go again on a coffee walk date with the same woman?
No, a different woman.
No, but what would you do as a second date?
As a second day, then like we figure it out. Like
Okay.
like we're more comfortable with each other. Let's see what you like, what you want to do. Like, hell, girl, you suggest something. Spice it up. Let me know.
Yeah, because I suggested a coffee walk. I'm sorry.
You see, man. See, boys. Niggas can't win. We're always getting pushed down.
No, I'm gonna be so real. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I can see why a woman wouldn't be so excited about it. Like, I just think it's just way too like basic. Like, I'm making like I want to make a big impression on you. I'm meeting you for the first time. I'm gonna like spend a long time with you. So I think it has to be some activity. Like crazy golf is a perfect activity. Actually, you're together for a good period of time. It's fun. You're doing something together. Restaurants, I get it. It is a bit awkward to like eat and talk, and it's just like
I'm finding out about you over food,
Whatever.
so it's just like let's one, I can't even order the food I want. Like, let's say we go to a place that has a really nice burger. I can't eat the burger because it's
you
messy.
can.
I'm like, eating like with my whole face and with my beard. It stains a little bit of my beard. Like, not attractive. It's not attractive.
eat it with a fork and knife.
And God forbid I eat it with a fork and knife, a burger. So I have to get like a steak and like chips. I don't really like I eat steak not because I want to, just for protein at home. I don't want to buy steak out, especially when it costs like €40 for like steak and chips. Like, God forbid. So I'm just there like, oh, I have to buy this or whatever.
Yeah.
Something anyway. And it's like, oh yeah, so what do you do? Oh yeah, oh that's really cool. I did this. Oh yeah.
I think like it's even funnier because you like eat so fast. You just be finished and just looking at it.
Exactly. That's also so I'd have to super slow down my eating because I eat like Nicola will literally have like a quarter of her food done and I'm already done.
Yeah.
And I could order, and if I could order way more and I'll still be done because I just eat quickly. So I'll just be there like my food be getting cold because like you have to talk. You can't just eat. You have to talk while you're eating. So it's like 10 minutes of like, oh yeah.
I feel like when we go out on dates for food, we just like eat our food, chomp, 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 and then we chat after.
Yes. Like that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, it's so silly. Like dinner dates are just not good dates. They're not good dates.
But
the only person winning in that scenario, I'm sorry to say, is the woman because she's just getting a free meal. It's just not good. Like, don't get me wrong.
Unless you go 50-50, right?
Unless you go 50-50. But even at that, it's just not as fun because like all I'm doing is like trying to eat and talk to you. And once we finally finish eating, then we're talking finally.
Yeah.
And then like it's just it's not the
And
same
you
thing.
got like steak stuck between your teeth, and you're uncomfortable.
We're better off doing an activity, having an activity. Like it's a different story if we like go like let's say we're going around doing stuff like hey this Like take Camden Market, right? That's like a bunch of food stalls.
That's
it's like
nice.
it's like, hey, let's go around, just nibble at stuff. You know,
That
we're
is
talking,
nice.
we're chilling, and then we grab little things, talk, like that's calm. Like we can share stuff together. We're eating,
Yeah.
but we're having a good, but not like literal formal dinner. Like it's just not like you should never have. I personally don't believe in having a formal first date. I think it should be as informal as
I
possible.
actually like the market idea.
You
now that
know?
you mentioned it. Like it's
Free game.
Yeah, it's very nice. It is very chaotic and
there's
crazy.
also like little they have that, like, you know, kind of like those gacha games. Did you go into that? They have a gacha game store
I didn't
in there as well, and all
see.
these. So you could even take that. You could get her a little souvenir
That's
to
very
mark the
sweet,
first
actually.
date. You know, like a little
That's
plushie, little
very
thing.
sweet.
Guys, I'm putting on free game.
No, like I like the market idea. Like it is very chaotic. We went to this market looking for these chocolate covered strawberries everywhere. But once you get them and you're out of there, you're just eating your food, enjoying the chat, like, you know, whatever. I think it's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Do you think going to the gym is a good first date idea?
I think it's good the first date. I think only if you guys are both gym heads.
Okay.
If you're both enjoy gym, and if it's a gym girl, and like let's say you picked her up even anywhere near the gym or she goes to your gym, that is definitely use that as the first date.
Really?
Be like, yo, we should train together.
Yeah. What would you do?
Like
What
when you talk
what
to
would your
her-
day look like?
Like when you talk to her, you'd be like, hey, yo, we should.
No, not that. What's your gym session looking like?
Yeah, no. So you're like, we train together, and then on the day of training, you're like, yo, let's go maybe grab a little bit of pre-workout, you know, like food, like a little something, like, you know, no, actually even better, pick her up, bring her a pre-workout snack. Be like, hey,
Well, you don't know what she likes.
no, like ask her obviously beforehand. Come on.
I think it's nicer actually the idea of going to get one, because then I'm getting to know you a little bit.
Yeah, okay, get the pre-workout snack
Yeah.
together. And then once you get the pre-workout snack, you like head to the gym, and let's say you do something like, you know what? Make it fun. Be like, hey, let's do legs. Let's do your routine. Like, you know, like whether it's glutes, whatever. Because then she'll have a laugh of you, or her enjoyment of being like you doing the stuff, like doing the hip thrust, all that stuff. You know, she'll have a good time. And then maybe you can be like, hey, like, you know, like if you do like, let's say legs or shoulders or something. So you can kind of show off a little bit about your strength, you know, doing like stuff. But you can also like see, like, you're like, damn, girl, you're strong. Yeah, them glutes strong. You know, that leg's strong, you know, kind of thing. You know, or if she's interested, like you can do push, pull, whatever. You know, you'll be like, what we trained today, you know, but like.
Man, I could just imagine myself between sets being out of breath, barely breathing, trying to talk.
But it's just
while I'm
fun.
like,
You're just having a laugh, like, because you can. It's not like it doesn't have to. It can be a hard session, but also
Yeah.
a fun session. You know,
Right.
so you can take your time with it. You know, like you can have nice long rest, have a chat, and then being like, yo, you know, compliment, and then you'd be like, yo, let's go get our post workout meal. You know, like, you know, you Americans, you love Chipotle. You know, get some Chipotle, some chicken rice. You know,
Yeah.
like, or boujum over here. You know, and then you're having a good time talking about that stuff, just getting to know each other. And then you take them home. You get lucky, but you know, you never know.
first date.
God, you never know.
Absolutely
Anyway,
not.
moral stories. You have fun. You guys had a great time. You're like, that was great. I will see each other again. And then the second date is outside. Normally, you would like take them to an activity. So you just scored yourself 2 easy first dates in a row.
Yeah, no, it like, as a gym person, like it is a nice idea. Like it's, you know, kind of sweet, or like going to a gym together, but like I wouldn't like it to be a habit date.
Oh no, it'd be the first date just for
Like
fun.
I would hate it.
Oh no, not every time. Obviously, no. It's like once, like you do it like once, and then maybe you do it again later on down the line. She really likes it if she brings it up or whatever, but not
Okay.
like a thing you bring up. You just bring it up once, and then she's like,
Yeah.
if she's into it, you're like, cool.
So imagine this, right? You meet a girl, and then you're whatever chatting online, and he's like, I'm a gym person, she's a gym person, you're a gym person, and then you're now like, okay, let's work out together, and you go, and you're like, oh, I'll just do your routine, and she's now like a cardio, like a cardio girl.
Why are you with her in the first place?
Because you're going on a date, you don't know.
Damn. Like she said she was a gym girl, and then
Yeah.
you find out she's a cardio
Because
bunny.
you know, it's like the way, like I said before, like these, like a lot of girls will be like they work out, but they actually don't.
She's
So
a
it's like
cardio bunny.
so she goes in, and then she does some, you know, the seated machines where she moves her legs, and then does a little leg press, and then just goes on the treadmill and runs. How would you feel about that gym date?
You're like, bye. I came here to train. not walk around.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Like, it depends how length she is. Like.
It doesn't matter. You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Oh, I know.
leave.
I'm not a dickhead. That's a problem.
Exactly.
I would just do the session and be like, we're never meeting up again. Kind of
Respectfully.
have someone in like you in my life. You don't even train. What do you mean?
Is that something important to you? Someone that
Yeah,
trains?
absolutely. Someone who trains is definitely important to me. I couldn't have someone that's just a cardio bunny. Like, the flick? That's insane. Imagine all you do is fucking treadmills.
There's nothing wrong with a treadmill, though.
Treadmill task force.
Like,
Treadmill tyrant.
Like, do you know the girls who, like, a lot of the sprinter girls and stuff? They're so built, though.
Yeah, but they don't just go on treadmills.
I know.
They only go on treadmills like when they can't go outside.
Yeah.
You know, like they like those are the like she's saying like, hey, let's go to the track. I'm like, bye.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be fun for her.
Yeah, fun for
Seeing
her.
you
And
struggle.
then you're like, like, don't get me wrong, I have really good cardio energy, but like not that level. Because those people who take it like that, they take it like that. You know, it's a whole different story. You know,
True.
like I can keep up with you like for like 30 minutes, and then after that, I'm dying. Like, you know, you're still like, oh, that was a nice 30-minute warm up. Now for the hour session, like of running.
Do you think it's hard for people who don't drink to date?
I don't think so, because especially I think back in the day it was harder because there was very little activities to do, you know, like a lot of things revolved around drinking, especially if you're in a culture that's like take Irish people love drinking.
Because
So,
that's the thing, is like saying, oh, let's go out for drinks, and then you're like, I don't drink. That could just ruin the mood.
yeah, absolutely, you know. So like actually, funny enough, one of my friends, he does drink. This is one of the guys I know from work. He does drink, but when he actually started dating his current girlfriend that had been dating for a while, he actually wasn't. He was stopping from drinking. So he actually had to be like, "Oh, yo, like you can drink, but I'm actually not drinking right now. Like not like I'm an addict or anything. Trying to wean off. I'm just trying to take a break from it." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fine, you know." And like she drank, but he didn't. And you know, like she just didn't get plastered or anything, you know. And plus, you don't even want to get plastered on the first day anyway, even if you were both drinking. But yeah, so like stuff like that, I think it's fine. I think a lot of people are more like understanding nowadays, especially like I think maybe like a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, people would be like, oh, you don't drink, but now I think people are very understanding, like, oh yeah, like a lot of people are just slowing down their drink. I think we're all becoming like a lot less drink heavy, and like, yo, like, that's perfectly fine. And then, you know, you're just like, cool, and you're like, also have a drink or two, you know, if you don't mind. And it's like, yeah, absolutely, no worries. I think if it's like you don't want anyone to drink at all, like you don't drink and you don't want your like person you're dating to drink, then it's gonna be a hard time for you. Let me not lie, because everybody drinking out there, bro. Trust. So,
But then, yeah, no, I get you. Because I was gonna say, oh, but like, you know, if you're someone who's like Muslim or something, but you wouldn't be dating someone who's drinking, you wouldn't be dating, probably. Period.
is that meant to be like a personal attack? Like, am I not? I don't think so.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's just
Damn, personal attack.
random.
Anyway, but yeah, no, like obviously it all depends. If like you're very strict about it, like obviously you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. But like if you are, and you are, I don't know, reevaluate your life or something. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's comps though. But yeah, no, definitely. How about you? What do you think about that whole situation
Which one?
with the whole both taking them out for activities versus taking them out for drinking? Which one do you prefer?
Activities for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's like a lot nicer way to get to know someone and, you know, get to know them, and it's fun. Drinking, I don't find like an enjoyable activity. Drink is expensive.
But you're not paying for it.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
It's just so silly. I'd rather have a meal than like drink. But
You're down to earth. Nicoletta is part of the problem, guys. You've seen her.
no,
with true
I'm
colors.
picking food over drinks, and I'm picking activities over food.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're an activities girl.
I'm an activities girl.
You don't. Yeah. Hey, you wouldn't want to. Hey, if he suggested a dinner, would you suggest? Hey, would you mind if we did this instead?
No, he's going out of his way to actually say something when most men don't suggest anything. I will appreciate that. Especially if he's like, oh, there's this new pizza place, Bambino's, that I've seen all over TikTok, and I want to take you there. And I'd be like, oh my God, cute.
Bambino's is trash.
Anyways, that's what we had
Bambino's
for
is
you
trash.
today. That was our dating
Advice from
advice.
people who don't date.
Yeah.
That's just the funniest part of this all. Like, we're giving you advice.
We just date each other.
We don't fucking go on dates. You know, maybe we should. Should we do that? Should we go on dates with other people and then come back to you guys and let you guys know?
Yeah. I'm so
Do you guys
down
want
for
that?
that.
Do you guys want that?
I'm so down for that.
You guys, you know what? Fuck whatever Nick Little wants. You guys decide. You're the fans. You guys decide. Let
Our
us
fans
know.
don't even think we're dating. I don't even know.
If you don't think we're dating, hit me up. My Instagram DMs are open.
Anyways. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and all the good stuff.
And thank
Till next
Nicoletta
time.
for the great episodes. Peace.